And give it up for Jonathan and his wonderful staff who supporting local comedy for how many years now? This is a lot of years. We're on our second year. Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. We're doing more of this. It's going to keep happening. Okay, so how are y'all feeling tonight?
Very good.
Yeah, doing good. Where are you from?
I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Wow, that was a long walk. Yeah. How many times you have to leave to get here?
It was 22 and a half hours.
Oh wow, Green Bay, Wisconsin. What else? What do we got? Anything? Anybody beat that?
Across the lake.
What kind of bad weather things happen in Green Bay?
Okay, well, if I'm gonna go to a white Christmas, I'm gonna head farther north. So I might as well head south.
Oh. So wait, do you have like?
We have no snow right now.
Oh, you have no snow. That stinks. But normally you have like big, snowstorms and.
Not usually until January, February. Okay. We get lucked out in April. Sometimes we get 30 inches.
Well, we have hurricanes here, right? You know about that, right? You've heard about hurricanes? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I have a confession to make. It was a couple hurricanes ago, and my power went out, so I slept with a guy who did not lose power. My proudest moment. I did. I exchanged sex for electricity. I did do that. I didn't like the guy, but I loved his energy. Come on, it was a natural disaster. Well, the sex was a natural disaster, but at least I got everything charged. Boy. So, a couple of, okay, I don't know, a lot of people like this whole gender confusion thing, like, whoa, there's all this stuff going on about gender and blah, blah, blah. Well, since I was little, I've always been confused for a man, like, always. So, in fact, just the other day, I was working in the garden and took a baseball hat, I went to the convenience store, the clerk, excuse me, sir, can I help you? I'm like, sir, really? And he's like, oh no, I'm sorry, I meant man. I'm like, you know what, you don't need to apologize. Even though you just lowered my life expectancy, you raised my credit score by 10 points, and my salary went up 25%. So I'm happy to be that demographic, right? Like, fortunate demographic on the planet, right? Yeah, no, here you go. I will just solve this problem for everyone. This is what I am and what I believe everyone is. I believe we are all pansexuals and omnivores, by the way, which means we'll have whatever's available and in season. And I like to add employed, too, to that list. That's important. It's nature intended. Whatever, right? Yeah. So, let's see. Okay, so COVID happened, right? Remember that? I'm trying to forget it. And when that happened, all of my side hustles, things I was doing, performing, I was a tour guide, blah, blah, ended. So I had to come up with a creative way to, make some money. So I thought I'd sell my plasma. So I went to a place and they, took blood and they did some tests and they said, I'm sorry, you don't qualify, your blood is vodka. So I said, well, how about clinical trial? Sure, clinical trial for the vaccine. So I did the Pfizer BioNTech. I was in the Pfizer BioNTech clinical trial. It was great. I didn't have any, symptoms or side effects, except 36 hours after the second shot, I had an overwhelming craving for Wiener Schnitzel. That's it. I was hoping to be in the Moderna one, because Dolly Parton gave like, $1 million to that one. I thought that'd be a nice side effect, right? I'm very jealous of my full-figured friends. There is no motorboating here. We are kayaking on this. That's you ladies understand that, right? Let's see. So the other thing I used to do is food sampling. And, when you get old, look, I'm old. I'm 62 years old. Actually, yesterday was my 7-year comedy anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah, people celebrate those things. I've learned a lot. Like, what's wrong with me? What was I thinking? I was hoping to date a comedian, actually. That's the true bad idea. Yeah, they're even crazier than I am, which is pretty amazing. But yeah, so I'm thinking about like other things to do since the pandemic ended. So yeah, I did the plasma thing. I was doing food sampling, but that ended. And yeah, so, you know, you're aging, you're 62, you're like out looking for jobs and stuff. And, you know, aging is horrible. I don't know about you guys, but it's just a disaster. You know, your hair falls out, the hair you want to keep falls out, the hair you don't want comes in, and, you know, there's all these carbuncles and weird things. Every day is a new adventure in decomposition. And so, like Publix, they fired me because I refused to wear the beard, you know, net. You know, I'm not doing that. Yeah, they have that. Have you seen that? Okay. So now, all right, let's just get the tall jokes out of the way. Because you're all thinking, oh my God, she's, you know, abnormally tall. We'll do this as a, like, group, you know, participation, right? Call and repeat. So, you know how this works. I'll say, I'm so tall, and you'll say, how tall are you? You got that? No. Some of you don't get it? Okay, it's, I'm so tall. How tall are you? Very good. I'm so tall, Google Earth reached out, they want to mount a camera on my head. Okay, here we go. I'm so tall. How tall are you? I'm so tall, I shop exclusively on Amazon because I want to support my people. All right, here we go. Third and final tall joke. I'm so tall. How tall are you? Come on, with gusto. How tall are you? I'm so tall, when I go to the gynecologist, no stirrups for me. The doctor just lays on the table. So much easier that way. That's dumb. Okay. So, actually, it's amazing to me that people just think it's okay to yell things out at tall people. Like I was working the other day, a woman goes by, "You're tall! You're observant," you know, like, and how tall are you? Do you play basketball? I hear that all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I was in Animal Kingdom a few months back, and this little boy walks by and he points at me and he goes to his mother, "Look, Mommy, they just let the giraffes wander around in this park." That was mean. Now, are any of you born like later in the year, September, October, November? I don't know if you remember this when you were a kid. They had to decide whether to put you in kindergarten right away or, you know, wait a year. Depending on your maturity. Yeah, that was the whole thing. Well, I'm still probably not mature enough for kindergarten, but if they had waited, they would have thought I was the teacher. Why is that teacher eating paste? It's just all right, that's enough on that topic. Let's see. Oh, a sad fact, very sad fact about me is that I'm a widow. Sorry. So, thank you. Yeah, it's taken me a long time to work through the loss, and I'm just so grateful for all my friends and family who have helped me through this transition in my life. They would have all come out tonight in support of my comedy, but they're all at the funeral. That's not true. Bad joke. I don't have any friends. No, that's not true. I do have friends, and they're here tonight. Thank you so much for friends and neighbors who came out to support local comedy. But it is true that I'm a widow, and it's actually been 14 years. Which, you know, I know, 14 years trying to fall in love, been out there. That's longer than it's taken democracy to fall, people. I don't know. All right, holidays, are we having fun?
Yes.
Yeah, we're all feeling very festive and enjoying the holidays.
Yeah.
You're done shopping? Okay.
I haven't even started.
Better get going. What are you doing? From Wisconsin. You just flew away, so forget Christmas. Very good. Well, did anybody here have that drunken relative that comes to the holiday parties? I had an uncle with. Anybody know? Or maybe you are the drunken relative who comes to the family gatherings. I think I may be that drunken relative. I have a feeling that that's the path I'm on. You know, it was a Thanksgiving, and I just thought everything was wonderful. We were having a nice time, laughing it up, enjoying ourselves, great food. And at one point, you know, one of the, you know, people in the group, the one who, you know, will handle everything, comes up to me and goes, "We don't know who you are. Could you please leave?" That's how I knew. They were nice to walk me over to my sister's house. I apologize for that. Yeah. But I'm an aunt, I'm a childless aunt, and I feel like it's my role as an aunt to educate my nieces and nephews about the true facts of life where the parents don't. You know, the parents are like, oh, we never had sex, we never did drugs, we never did anything when we were young. And we all know, right? So, you know, like parents will say things to their kids like, don't talk to strangers, right? Stranger danger. Well, I say strangers are just drug connections you haven't met yet. No, I don't take drugs. That would be stealing. Yeah. Oh, and don't take drugs. They'll say that to the kids too. And I'm like, well, that doesn't really educate them, you know? It's not a gift to give your children, because everybody medicates some way or another. So I made up these little cards and I laminated them and I sent them to all my nieces and nephews on the Aunt Patty's recipe on how to mix your pharmaceuticals with alcohol. That's an important thing for everybody to know. I'm a great influence, right? Little recipe cards, yeah. Oh dear, this is not good. I want a new diet, okay? It's not a new diet, it's an old diet, okay? It used to be called the Atkins-Kennedy diet, and then it was the South Beach Low-Hand diet, and now it's just called keto neat. Low carbs, high alcohol. It's great, it works. The pounds are just disappearing, as is the ability to find my car and remember my court dates. Remember those. All right, that's enough of the alcohol jokes. Let's put that away. Put a pin in that. All right. So let's see. So I'm substitute teaching now. That's one of the things I started to do again after COVID. And one of the rules with substitute teaching, very important rule, is that there should always be an adult in the room. So every classroom I go to, the first thing I do is look for that adult. Yeah. And then I also work in retail, and I have an Airbnb. In fact, I did a TED Talk on the joys and challenges of being an Airbnb host. Everybody knows what that is, right? An Airbnb? That's where people pay you to sleep with them, right? Everybody knows about that. That's not exactly like that. That's the idea. But yeah, and so yeah, if you're interested, pattyhope.com, or you can just Google Patty Hope TEDx. I did a TEDx Eustis talk on being an Airbnb host during COVID, so there's no one in the audience, pretty much. But you know, it's been a really interesting life experience for me. A little shameless self-promotion TED Talk, and I am also doing a podcast right now, and I have some information about the podcast on the corner of the bar there. It's called Funny Florida Females, and we interview other female comedians and funny Florida people in my kitchen, or we go out to live shows and do talks. So they're just quick little 30-minute shots to promote the funny women who are all over this funny state. Oh, you can check it out. So that's enough of shameless promotion, shameless self-promotion. So let's see. Let's talk a little bit more about dating. Where's my single ladies? No one wants to admit it, I know. All right. Single guys? Any single guys? Yeah, we got single guys in the room? Yes. Okay. No one ever wants to admit it. Yeah. Well, like I mentioned, it's been a while, and I've tried everything. I tried online dating, I tried blind dating, and pretty much now I'm largely carbon dating. That's right, fossils. Yeah. It's okay. I mean, I get it, it's weird when you get older, no one wants to be in this place. It's sort of like trying on a used pair of shoes. There's just something icky about it, and you just can't help but wonder, what woman has been in there before and just said, no, hard pass, and is out, The backstory. I wish it was more like shopping for a car. That would be great, right? You could, go for a non-committal test drive, you could, kick the tires, all of that, and then you could get the dude facts, right? The dude facts, how many miles does it have? How many actual previous owners? Have there been any accidents or impoundments, right? Good to know. Exactly. Oh my. Yeah, at this stage of the game, it's sort of like, well, this is the thing. For some reason, men think that tall women are insatiable sex goddesses. I have no, I don't know where they get that idea. I mean, it's true, but it's annoying, right? Yeah, no. In fact, at this point in the game, I'm not interested in a man for his virility. I'm interested in a man for his mobility, like behind a lawnmower, right? Yeah, or at least to handle a flight of stairs would be nice, you know? Yes, you have a penis, that's lovely, but, you know, do some dishes, that's sexy, right? That's where I'm coming from at this age. Yeah. Oh, gosh. So after I did my TED Talk, I looked into becoming a speaker. I thought that would be fun. You know, I'll get up and give talks and travel around and stuff, and it's like a $40 billion, this whole self-help thing is like a $40 billion industry. And you know, and any idiot can do it. You don't have to have any kind of, like, you know, Tony Robbins, you know, anybody can just get up and tell people to walk across coals and whatever. So sure, I could do that, I'm an idiot. But then I thought, you know, my pearls of wisdom may not go over so well. You know, like you'll hear these like motivational speakers say things like, you know, live your best life. And see, for me, that's wasted and fat sitting on the couch. So, live the best life. You know, appreciate all your gifts.